Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with some very exciting stuff. We finally got the PTS patch notes for Trove and U10 and everything. As of right now, you can download the patch if you want to do that. If you want to go download it on the PTS server, not on the live servers, not for the live servers, but for the PTS server, you can go download it now. It's not live, but you can download it now if you want to. So you're ready whenever we know when it's gonna go live. Because right now we don't know when it's gonna go live. All we know about the patch notes, and they're pretty exciting patch notes, and we get like all this juicy stuff that we were actually hoping for a long time and such. But these are of course bound to change, so keep that in mind. And they also say it through the patch notes itself. So if you don't want to like watch this whole video or what I'm like kind of talking about, you can go to the description and you will find the patch notes itself. You can also find a video on how you copy your main account or your live account to the PTS server if you not already know that. It's also going to be linked in the description. So moving forward, let's go through the patch notes. And first of all, it says, hey folks, please be aware that we're currently moving offices. They've said that a while now, and so that's why we haven't heard anything from them at this moment. So the dev team is not able to respond quickly to issues on PTS server as we usually try to do. So if you have some kind of bug, remember to report it. If you don't hear something back right away, it's because like they're moving offices and stuff like that. They're just like letting us know. We didn't want to hold back PTS server any longer, but we likely will not be able to patch for several days. So like they said, if something is bugged, keep in mind that it might take days before it gets fixed on the PTS server, but it's very important that you do it so it doesn't make it to the live servers. So make sure you guys, report those kind of things so we not run into issues on the live servers. Because the patch, the PTS server, that's where you have to catch these things and whatnot. Once we're back from the move, we'll also take a look at addressing an issue preventing Mac users from accessing PTS. Please bear in mind with us to meantime to explore the Crystal Combat update. So I don't know if I would just would call it Crystal update, but I guess it's Crystal Combat update, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, also, I don't know, it just seems like Topside Adventure Worlds, I think it's very saying what it is. It's very specific, but I would have chosen maybe other names, and that might change as well. But I think it definitely says exactly what it is, and I think that maybe doesn't confuse people, so that's maybe a good thing. 3 new worlds can be found on the Atlas, linked to the Geo hub. A U8, U9, and U10 version of the Geo Topside worlds. So basically, like we have right now, where you have like all these branches going out for different things, they're now going to be a branch that are going to show U8, U9, and 10. So we're still going to have the normal U8, U9, and 10, U8 and 9, but now we're also going to have U8, 9, and 10 like Geo, basically. I'm pretty sure that's how they're going to do it. They did show it off in a video. I can't remember how it looked, but we'll see how it works. But the Geo Topside world has 3 biomes: the Sand Sea, the Hallowed Dunes, and also the Weathered Wastelands. And so basically it just has 3 different biomes, like we have Neon City biome and stuff like that. Next is that has 1-star dungeons, and then has 5-star dungeons. So no 3-star dungeons, only 1 stars and 5 stars. And the 5 stars is the one, like the bigger ones that might require a little bit more to go through than the other ones. They did try to do. We don't know exactly what it's going to be and whatnot. And actually, we don't even know on the patch notes. It doesn't even say what the requirements for getting into U10 is. Actually, it doesn't say that at all. But yeah. Anyways. Outposts can also be out through the biome. These offer several outpost adventures that can be used to collect unwanted items. So basically, because we cannot use your cornerstones, as they say, cornerstones cannot be summoned in Geo Topside Adventure Worlds. So basically, you just gotta look for these outposts if you want to continue in the world. If you don't want to go back to like the club or whatever you want to do, or go back to the hub, whatever you want to do, because then you might want to maybe start from scratch, right? Like we normally do. They work exactly like a normal adventure worlds, but these just can't just. There's no places to put down your cornerstones, basically. The new 2 ores is called Viridium and also nitroglycerin. They can be found shattering through the geo topside. Nitroglycerin is rarer than Viridium. Oh my god, I'm gonna have a very hard time saying Viridium. But yeah, that's the 2 new ores. The Trove topside is affected by daily bonuses, and when they mean daily bonuses, of course, on Mondays, Tuesdays, whatever, all the bonuses that are there. So you're gonna have also a bigger chance or getting more of these new ores on Tuesday, basically, which is really nice because that's gonna not set the price of these new things very, very high because it's affected by Tuesday, basically. Recipes has been added to Crystallology bench, workbench that requires these materials from the geo topside. So there's going to be new recipes or new stuff you can make in the Crystallology workbench with these new things. And they say PTS note these costs that these recipes are not final, and we'll see more further review before updates goes out. So I think this is really, really nice that they put this in, just to letting people know that these are not final and they will tweak them, even like maybe up or down actually. So yeah. Next is the 5-star dungeon. 5-star dungeon is a new type of dungeon found exclusively in the geo topside adventure worlds. Into the dungeon, find the dark heart within. Ooh. Interact and spawn the cursed skulls and the bosses. Defeat all the cursed skulls and the bosses within the time limit and you get extra rewards. So they showed off this one of the last time they did the live streams. So I think you can go back there and watch it if you want to see that, what they did with the 5 stars. But these are going to be important for continuing at least, and yeah. All right, so the new stats are not going to be called penetration, but what it's going to be called is, as they say here, light and dark. So 2 new stats have been introduced, light and darkness. Light can be found on crystal equipment and cosmic gems. So they say cosmic gems, so I'm pretty sure that this new light stat, which is penetration, is not going to apply to the old gems, unfortunately. I thought it was going to apply to the old gems as well, so we could actually 100% min-max our gems, but it seems like we can't. So kind of how, well, I can read the rest of it. Light cannot be removed from these items. So it's like a 5th stat on the gear, so they can't remove that, but you won't really lose out on anything. You're just going to get some extra light, which is, yeah, just that. And also the cosmic gems, which is what they're calling them. They're called cosmic, but I don't know what color that is going to be. Star color? I don't know. But at least they're going to be cosmic gems. That's the name of them. Like we have, fire gems, and we have fire gems, water gems, and air gems, and now we're going to have cosmic gems. And the cosmic gems are only going to be found in, U8, 9, and 10. I'm pretty sure. Well, I think we will get to talk more about them. I've read it before on stream. I can't remember exactly. Let me not talk about that right now. Let's just talk about the light and darkness. So darkness is the resistance that monsters has, and light is what you then try to defeat the darkness with, if that makes any sense. So darkness is the negative stat, and light is kind of the positive stat, and it's kind of like the more positive you have, it's gonna it's like a balance. It's like a weight. If you have like this much, light, the darkness is gonna be like right way down here. But if it goes like this, it's like a weight kind of deal. It goes like it's penetration versus armor, right? So it's kind of just like that, and they call them light and darkness. So we get the light, and we're trying to tone down the darkness with the light, basically. So that's what it said. Darkness only found on monsters inhibiting the geo topside adventure worlds. So again, that's only in those specific ones, in U8, U9, and 10. And like we said, like I said before, there's also going to be U8 normal and U8 10. U8 normal and U9 normal, like we have right now. And the light is not going to affect that because they don't have any darkness, so it won't penetrate. You won't do more damage in U9 with this, basically. Anyways, on to gems. All new gems, all lesser gems of shadow rarity and above now can have stat consistency within, I don't know how you call it, but I'm just going to call it physical gems and magic gems. It's called arcane gems. So physical gems and arcane gems. Physical gems is granted always with physical damage, and the arcane is always magical. So basically, they're changing gems into two kinds within the same thing. So you can have a water gem that is going to be an only physical one, and you can also have one that is only going to be magical, right? This is for all gems. So if you have a gem that have the stat, physical, and the one that's going to have magic, and that's a really good thing because some gems reroll maybe critical hit damage, then max health, or percentage max health, and then you don't really know where to put it, to be honest. But now every single gem, at least the lesser ones, are going to be rolled with either be a physical damage gem or a magic damage gem. So you know where it basically is, and you cannot re-roll these stats into the other ones. It's kind of a good thing and a bad thing, because before you could just take a gem, re-roll it into whatever you want it to be. Now you kind of like, you have less RNG because it always has that stat. It always has either a physical damage stat or a magic damage stat. So it kind of takes the RNG out a little bit like that, and that's also what people want. But with the re-rolling stuff, I think this is a good change. I think this is a really, really good change. So what it says is that the physical damage can never re-roll into a magic damage stat, and the arcane can never re-roll into a physical damage one. So it will preset whatever it has. I'm pretty sure with that. It's always gonna either have physical or magic. I might change my whatever it is when we see the PTS server being open. But I'm pretty sure that's how it works now. And I hope this also applies to, class gems. Because class gems always should, because the class gems are specifically to classes, that class you use it on, right? So the Shadow Hunter, for example, if you take the Shadow Hunter's, class gem, if you're on that character when you open the chest in the end, when you use your class gem, right? It's always going to be that specific class's, abilities, right? So I wish that would convert into the same rules as it has here, that it's always going to be a physical damage, that's always going to be a physical damage stat on it. Because what would you use a magical damage gem for on it, like the class gem, because the Shadowhunter is not magic damage, right? But it doesn't say that. It just says for all new lesser gems, though. So it's all the new ones, not the old ones. So I guess your old ones are safe. I think those can still be re-rolled into them maybe, but I don't know. But it says all new though. Next thing is that gems can no longer crack like leveling, so you can't break, they can't be destroyed. Because of this, Jade Clovers no longer be used, the leveling gems. Jade Clovers can still be converted into the horseshoes, the better ones on the adventure crafting bench. Gems now have a higher chance of both naturally leveling up and double leveling up by leveling. So basically all of these things we have, 9 lives, whatever, those become more or less not really needed in the same way. And that's, well, you could have, you would have saved up a lot of them and they can still be used a little bit. But more or less they wanted not to people to get stuck because of not having at least Jade Clovers, and they would break their gems basically. So they wanted to get rid of that. And this is kind of not 100%, I would see a 90% solution to the problem. So it's more or less the best you can do in the current state of how gems basically was introduced. All right, so the next thing is cosmic gems. A new type of gem has appeared, cosmic gems. So they soon say a new type of gem. I'm not sure what they mean by new. They didn't really see color, but I'm not sure if that's But lesser cosmic gems can only come from cosmic gem boxes. So cosmic gem boxes are the new boxes that are going to drop in the those 8, 9, and 10 geo worlds basically, and are not available from gem boxes from Prime Worlds. So all the Prime World, all the boxes you probably have saved up, doesn't work at all. I'm still saving mine because I don't need them at the moment. I don't need to open mine, so I'm still saving my boxes just in case. I'll open them then and then see. It's probably not gonna work, but at least but if you need, them from the Prime Worlds, the gym boxes from there, make sure you definitely open them before that. Don't need to save them at all. Empowered Cosmic gems can drop from existing empowered gem boxes. So if you have empowered gem boxes, save them, for God's sake. Save them so much. Also, Lunar Souls, and at least the new ones, the ones you get from, if you have a bunch of Lunar Souls that I have a few Lunar Souls that I'm going to convert into empowered ones, depending on how my empowered gems are going to be coming out from the empowered gem boxes that I have right now. I'm going to get some new ones from the Lunar Souls and see what happens, right? But for God's sake, save your empowered gem boxes if you don't need them to like hit specific things like 10k power rank or whatever like that. Also, with the new empowered gems, there's also going to be new abilities towards them. There's going to be Berserker Battler, damaging enemies, causing a frenzy state, adding a small increase to attack speed, and light. So light is, again, when they say mean light, is of course the penetration. Continue damage to enemies, extending the frenzy state until it causes a berserk state, greatly increasing attack speed, and more light. Then you get more light. It's called Flower Power. Oh, that's kind of nice. Taking damage has a chance of spawning a blasting flower, which will decay and explode, damaging nearby enemies. The Egyptian barrier periodically applies a shield to reduce the incoming damage. When the shield is destroyed, it explodes and damages nearby enemies. And the last one is Vampiric Vanquisher, dealing critical hit. Has a chance to increase the movement speed and causing the next hit to leech life. So straight up damage wise, I would not say the last three here was going to be anything. Especially maybe the flower power could be something if it was when you did damage, but it's when you take damage it's going to spawn this blast flower and basically explode towards that. I really see that this one is going to be the favorite. This is going to be the one you absolutely have to. You can only have probably, as far as I have heard, you can only have one empowered cosmic gem per character, just like you have only one water, one air, and one fire. So I think that this one is going to be priority on many classes at least that affected by attack speed. Like one like Dracolite that doesn't affect by attack speed, for example, or also maybe the what's it called, the Shadow Hunter. Could maybe go with something else. Maybe like a critical hit, because you have a lot of critical hit, and that also you leech some life. That could be nice for just farming. The barrier is again, we don't know what damage numbers are on these or the flower, but I doubt it's gonna be something significantly. I would probably maybe use the shield for my Dracolite for carrying probably, and maybe the leech thing for my Shadow Hunter. And of course, other that need attack speed or whatever, is definitely like this one would 100% be for something like my for my gunslinger, for example, because the light is not going to work in Shadow Towers as of now. it's not going to work there. It's basically a useless stat in there, but you're still going to be having the attack speed. It's still going to be something you can apply. And so yeah. Next thing is Amberin is a new NPC. You can summon at the Rally of Heroes, and you have to find 5 cosmic gems in any topside world. Spawn rate and rarity has been adjusted to match other similar heroes. So it's in the par with the water gem guy, all the other ones basically. All right. Next thing is the crystal rarity. That's a new rarity. Crystal hats, faces, and weapons can now drop from layers and dungeon chests in the geo top side. And I think you get more crystal gear if you get from the 5-star dungeons. That's my thing. There are 3 tiers of crystal rarity: Crystal 1, Crystal 2, Crystal 3. The Crystal 2 equipment can only be found in U9 and up, and Crystal 3 equipment can only be found in U10. So as of right now, you can actually find a stellar in the very, very lowest difficulty, like the first world you go to. You can find a stellar there. It's gonna be not too easy, but you can find them there 100%. But these here, the crystal gear, can only be found in U9 and on U10. I think Crystal 1, I don't know, it doesn't say anything about being lower than, I would say it would only be in 8, but you might be able to find it lower than that, to be honest. But the 3 and whatever is be able to find there. They're probably going to have better stats, number 2 and number 3, because crystal equipment can have 1 to 5 stars, and this is not stars, these 1, 2, 3. So the best crystal gear you'll find in U10, the second best you'll find in U9 or U10, and then Crystal 1 is basically the worst crystal gear you're going to find lower. So there's going to be different kind of crystal gear as well. The star level of crystal gear can be upgraded at the forge. So we don't know what that means or what it's going to be, if it's going to use the new ores and whatnot, which I think it's going to be, because people should not be able to stack up. But we'll know more of that when we get to the PTS server, and I'll make a video on that whenever we get to that as well. Stellar and crystal equipment returns pearls when deconstructed. So what it means by that is that if you applied some pearls to gear, you get those back. If the gear already has like 2 pearls on it, for example, then you won't get those 2 pearls. You'll get the pearls that you put into the gear. So if it had none and you put them all in, not the force stat, if it has that, if it equips that. You don't get that one back, I'm pretty sure. You only get the ones that are shown on. So it's not like you can just, farm stellar gear, keep all the ones with pearls on them, deconstruct them, just get tons of pearls, basically. That's not how it works. It's only the ones you have put into the gear. Crystal equipment drops with a new crystal style for each equipment slot. Magic Find works differently for crystal rarity. While higher values of Magic Find will still increase the chance of finding crystal gear rarity items, even player with low Magic Find values should be regularly finding equipping of crystal rarity. So Magic Find still has a appliance, but not as a high factor as it is. So I think that's cool. Next thing is the expertise thread. A new expertise thread to explain gems has been added. The expertise thread of adventure articles. This available all players above level 10. Complete the gem thread expertise. A stellar mask, gemly, a rare ally, and a new badge. So basically, there is if you go to your where you can see like. I know on PC you press I or something like that. That's normally what it's binded to. You can basically see where I don't know how to explain it, but it's where you see your expertise. You also see like events and like different things you can turn on and off. Like you want to see the outlet challenge and stuff like that. But there's a little expertise there. It's going to show you that, and the new expertise thread to assist people accessing Geo topside is now available at 5,000 power rank. So that's really nice. So 5,000 power rank is of course U8. Yeah. Some of these steps are PTS only. Okay, cool. This next thing is amazing. The atlas is now been addressed, can be addressed from anywhere through the atlas hotkey. So as we had Control B for Bomber Royale, now we also can just get the atlas anywhere we want to. So anywhere we want to, we can go there and just use the atlas. The atlas is now a personal thing, if that makes any sense. It's still going to be a physical thing in the hub, so you can still use it there if you want to. But just like Bomber Royale, there's also a physical portal. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. And also the atlas is replacing the Trove portal in the Geo hub. So now, right now, we have the Trove portal to go back to the hub, or to Trove basically. Now it's going to be an atlas there instead, basically, because yeah, you're just going to use that instead. So that's a really nice thing. People have been asking to have something you can use like just from wherever they were. Next thing is the store. New addition to the store. The Augmented Maniac Pack. That is basically the one people have been asking for around the Sun and the Moon Stellar Aura. Also, there is Empowered Gem Box Tome. There's some class keys. There's 20 Empowered Gem Boxes. There's also 200 Gem Booster Boxes, 20 Luxurious Boxes, and 2 Builder Superior Focuses. So this is basically a little bit of a boosted pack that they released when there was when Power Mantle came out. So this is a little bit of a boosted pack. We're not sure what it's going to cost, but I think it's going to be a little pricey. We got to expect that. It's a little pricey. Next thing is the Dragon Coin Boost. There's 10, 20, there's 10, 100, 250 coins boost with double all of the Dragon coins received from. Oh, okay, so there's a Note that these boosts do not stack. There's also a graded Geodin topside crates. So there's like, we have we get the crates from, or caches, sorry, from like different things like we did from Geode and stuff like that. And yeah. There's all sorts of, and then also a glowing one. Of course, there's some cash you can get around. Now the resistor pack and the greater, all those are retiring from the store. The greater neon caches, those are the one. They may return on special audacity. A new now the store now has a new tab with newly arrived product will appear. Oh, nice. So this has like a what is new, right? Also, the Jade Clovers has been removed from most of the area of the shop to replace the amount of glittering horseshoes instead. But the Jade Clover Tome is still available because it still gives mastery and stuff like that. Next thing is absolutely PogChamp. And I know this video is becoming a little long, but bear with me, guys. It has a lot of stuff to go over, and this one for sure is a lot of awesome things. There is some of the stuff we're going to skip because that's the styles. But the next thing is PogChamp, and maybe already read it. It's reached for the star. The star bar can now be filled multiple times each day, up to 5 times total. So right now, as you log in, you have your little star bar up there, and sometimes it gives you 500 qubits just for non-patron and 1500 for when you have patron, right? And it's still the same, but each time you basically level this up, you get for non-patron you get 100 extra qubits or 300 extra if you have patron, and you get a star glit pinata, which is a completely new pinata that we haven't seen before, and you actually get this with just doing it. So you can actually get I would say 4 or 5 of these pinatas with non-patron, and then 10 pinatas with not. But I think it might be 8 or 10, because if it's totally of 5, if it's 6 times total, but I'm not sure. I think the first one counts towards the 5, so it's like 4. But 4 or 5 you can get with non-patron, and 8 to 10 you can get with the patron. So this is pretty nice. This is really, really PogChamp, that we can actually get some more out of it and just filling up this like normal tome, this normal login thingy, whatever, and actually getting something amazing out of it. actually keep playing, basically. Keep people playing, that's the main thing, right? And also these star lit star pinatas, I'm just gonna call them star pinatas, I think. Nobody has these, so they're gonna be nice for everyone to get. Like, there's gonna be like veteran players that don't want to get in on it, you know, so you as maybe a new player or mid-tier player, wherever you are in this game, you are actually gonna be sought after as well for veteran players as well as new players and stuff like that. So make sure you do this, especially as a new player, and getting these. Maybe even using Patreon. I know that that's a little bit pay to something, pay to faster. But yeah, it's important. It's definitely important. Anyways, next thing is dragons, and then we got a lot of styles that we'll skip. But the dragons here are pretty important as well, because the first dragon here, the Arms of the Goddess, is crafted by the Large Spear Dragon Egg and the Dark Shield Dragon Egg. To craft them together in the Dragon Crucible, and that will require. You can also get it from the what is it called? The Dragon Effigy. So basically, this dragon here is the two-headed Light and Dark Chaos Vault dragons. So there's a Light Chaos Vault dragon and a Dark Chaos Vault dragon, and I've been talking about them a little bit. And if you want to see them, I can show you guys on stream or whatever. But these two here is basically what I thought it was going to be, because I said this way back that it was going to be not new fragments in the chest, but it's going to be the old fragments that we basically, if you got too many of the fragments by trying to get the stuff like the Pegasus, both dark and light wings, and the mount, you might get more Light Spear Dragon Egg fragments or Dark Shield Dragon Egg fragments than you needed. So where would you put them? Because you don't really put them anywhere, right? But now you can basically maybe get into like exactly how many you need, and instead of opening too many basically of these, because these are pretty pricey, you know, chaos chest or whatever you're gonna call them, dark and light chaos. So basically you just gotta craft a whole egg and another egg, and then you gotta fuse them together and you get this dragon. Pretty simple, but a really nice way to do it. And it's like a twin-headed dragon, just like the one that is on PvP right now. So that's going to be super amazing. Something I just realized that they're not talking about here. They said there was going to be a new Primordial Drake coming with the new set of gems. So basically there's going to be a cosmic dragon. That's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing that one. That's kind of got me excited just by thinking about it right now. But a cosmic one, it's going to come later on. They said so. Good time into the new year, definitely. Before summer, I would say, but we're not sure how anyway this is. There's a new dragon that is also, it's called Sea Sand Soarer Dragon Fragments, and you can get it from Viridium and also the Glitterin on the Geosurface, and you can also be getting it from a Dragon Effigy if you want to do that. But I think it's pretty much like all the other dragons we have gotten together ones, you know, the Infinium Dragon and whatever they're called, the ones we get like randomly. It's just, and it's probably also affected by Tuesdays and also affected by Fridays, 100%. To get these fragments. So I don't think it's going to be a very hard dragon to get indeed. All right, so we are now with all the styles. Apparently it's just a lot of spear styles, so that's nice. So definitely a lot of mastery in that as well. But we are getting to the bottom. You can see here it's the bottom, and here's all the additional updates. And there's a few ones that are pretty cool. There's also a little bit of stuff here. I'll probably maybe just jump over a few of them, but most of them are pretty cool. New loading screen featuring some awesome fan art. That's going to be amazing. We're looking forward to that. Fan art is always amazing, especially the ones that made for Trove, I gotta say. Helmets that match leveling costume unlocks now at 20. So for each everything class, there's now going to be a helmet that helps or works with the level 10, 20, and 30 costume, which is absolutely amazing. And I hope there's mastery in all of those, like there was for the costumes. I hope so, at least. So yeah. Next thing is something very amazing. The daily challenges for Friday will now run as 6 Luminosity rampages on the half of an hour through the day, and not run rampages on the hour. So basically how that works is something I've been talking about for a long time, and they actually did it better than I did because I didn't think about it on the Fridays. I thought about it like every single day, but this is way better to just do it on Fridays because that's where people had an issue with it, right? Also, maybe it's much too convenient on all the other days. I'm not sure, but the point is that rampages, sometimes people will playing, let's say Fridays, the peak hours would be from 8 a.m. or not 8 a.m. 8 p.m. to midnight, right? Let's say European times, and for those 4 hours we would get 4 rampages, and people are looking for fragments. People are looking for the coin collection to just quickly get those extra dragon coins, extra lesser dragon caches, just to stock up some more dragon coins. But now what they're doing is doing something amazing. So all the rampages, it's going to be random. It's not going to be every time, but if you look at the clock, you have your number, you have 12 on the top, right? That's the top of the hour, and then 6 is on the bottom. That means that that's the bottom of the hour or half of the hour. So there's always going to be either zone stuff or racing challenges or coin collections on the top of the hour on Friday. And then randomly, not every single half an hour, and there's going to be a rampage, but there's going to be distributed through the whole 24 hours of that day. There's going to be randomly in 6. So the rampages are going to be more scarce. They could be very while you were maybe in school or work or whatever, they might be there, all of them, but they might scatter them out a little bit. I'm not sure, but they're not gonna. The rampages are not gonna intervene on Friday anymore, which is absolutely amazing. And this idea I had for a very long time. So maybe they are listening. That'd be kind of cool. I would hope so, at least a little bit, at least, right? The next thing is also amazing. The luxurious boxes no longer contain gem dust. So if you have luxurious boxes, you need to open. Like mine, it's Thursday today, so I should have saved mine 6 yesterday, but they don't longer drop dust, and I think that's amazing because the 5,000 dust is nice for sure, but that's not really why I do it. Basically it's for more the focuses, right? So I'm saving all of my luxurious boxes now, and then I'm opening after the update 100% now, because dust you can just keep farming. You can farm the gem dust, you can farm it every single day. You don't have to do it on Wednesdays, but luxurious boxes can only be farmed on Wednesdays. And also a little bonus information, if you didn't know, you can farm your luxurious boxes anywhere in the world. Any place that drops gems, you can get them. Like gem boxes, anywhere. Also in the Shadow Towers, yes. So just letting you guys know. That's how they work. They don't work they didn't work with the gem boxes, if that makes any sense. They don't really work with the gem boxes in that sense. It works with the dungeons you do. All right, anyways. Next thing is newly crafted ring boxes now automatically loot into inventory when open. So there's something they talked about. Existing ring. Okay, so the old boxes will still be thrown down. But the point is that usually what happened was that people made some rings, and what happened was that they threw them on the ground like they always, that's how you got them out of the boxes, right? The problem was that sometimes people threw all the a crazy amount of rings, and the game would crash or whatever would happen, right? And they would lose all of these rings, right? So that's happened a few times, and I think support just got tired of people like that. So I think they sent a little note to the developers saying, could you guys do that instead, so we not gotta replace these for all these people. So yeah. Glorious Gladiator now also unlocks after 500 Bombarel kills. This change is retroactive. So if you had, let's say, 500 kills already, it will go back and you will have the Glorious Gladiator. I'm not sure what the Glorious Gladiator is on Doe, but I think it's the achievement for something. Well, we'll have to see. I'll check it out on the PTS server, but yeah. But 500 Bombarel kills is also quite a good amount. But maybe it'll get some more people into Bombarel. That'd be nice. Also, we need a season 2, by the way. This doesn't say anything about a season 2. The builder crafting bench has been updated more. Most crafting benches has been moved into the bench to clarity's sake. So the mount crafting station has been added to help making it clear where new players should go to craft mounts. Additional information has been added to some of the craftable mounts items. So yeah, the builder's crafting bench has just been updated to have more of the things. So just less crafting benches, make it more easy. Fixed character sheet bug where it was unclickable areas blocking most of the tome icon. Yes, that's something that had been very annoying for me sometimes. Sometimes you thought you would change it, but you didn't. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'll make sure that I click on it. Favorite companions now has a header name in the favorite and stuff. That's great. Luke can now be picked up individually underwater, and you might be wondering, but this has actually been a thing for like ever. This has been a thing like since I started playing again after 2.5 years, almost. Well, 2.5 years, yeah, where you can't pick up a loot individually underwater, so you had to loot collect it all. It's not a big thing, but it's kind of, yeah, been a thing. A notification message now appears in the chat window when reliquaries or companion eggs are ready to be opened. That is amazing. So we got some hatching going on. That's very, very nice. Fix the crash that could occur when moving large amount of items between chests. Fix the crash that could occur when switching crafting station during crafting progress. Fix a crash that could occur when trying to place a Mac Rider on the maximum height of a club world. Fix a crash where it could occur when a ball collided with a Mac rail. Fix an issue that affected club stability. Community chests no longer function due to their ability to assist economy. Basically, it's cheating. So buy community chest, very nice addition. Increase the size of hidden subterranean forbidden spires, cinnabar veins. So basically now these cinnabar veins are gonna be even bigger. So that's gonna drop the price even more in cinnabar. So that's very nice. Dealing damage after death in Bomb Royale will no longer add to damage listing on the scoreboard, which was already excluded from the leaderboard. Okay, nice. Fix several cases where bombs thrown outside Bomb Royale could count as thrown in Bomb Royale. It's very nice. Also, the cubic that gym ability. That's the thing. That's this basically, what is it called? The square you get around you, like a protected shield you get around from this class, this gym, won't proceed when you switch classes. The recipe to craft Vanguardian classes now additionally can be found in the Chaos Crafter. It still costs the same. It's not getting super cheaper, but it's going to be easier to find out what you need for the stuff. So that's very, very nice. Fix an issue that could cause run and gun for the gunslinger to stack multiple times. Eventually leading into the attacks being slower than normal speed. Fix the rare bug with Shadow Tower's portal could become confused. It's kind of funny, yeah, become confused and drop players into other instances of the Shadow Tower. So sometimes it's happened to me like 2 times, I think. 2 times I think it's happened to me where suddenly there was an additional person in my Shadow Tower and I was like, where did this guy come from? Like, when did I invite this person, right? I was like, but I actually invaded his run. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, but yeah, but that's kind of funny. But yeah, apparently they got confused. Poor portals got confused. The popular section of Club Worlds is now start populating based on home world hard likes from this point forward. So if you go to the club, if you go to the hub and you see like the person in front. There's a building on the left. There's a white building there. There's like different clubs. You can actually go there and see what clubs are like most liked and stuff like that. And some changes out every single day. And there's different things, but that section is now going to be favored. Some of the sections are going to be affected by the home heart likes and stuff like that, which is really nice. Reduce memory used in the credit scenes and improve scrolling. And nice, I love improved scrolling. Can I get more of that? Added a purchase 10 option for the Trove Wanderers merchant to save some wrist pain. Can we also get this, of course, to the guys that are selling the what are they called? They're selling the small companions all over the treasure islands and stuff like that. Also to save some wrist pain. But they really want us to buy some Trove Wanderers, so maybe just for that we might buy some 10s. Corrected some missing particles effects for the Near Ninjas, the Digital Demon, and Mask Mercenary costume. Nice. The sail also. This is the newest boat and sail now visible in collection. Although also the boat gets a cannon, which is nice. And last thing is added what's new option on controls main menu to link the most recent patch notes in a web browser. So absolutely amazing, and I've been talking for almost 45 minutes, guys. Woo, that's how long it took to get through all of this, but it is a major patch, and there's just still some few things missing, like information around like season 2 of PvP, of course the Primordial Drake, but they've said that that's gonna come later. I think it's fine that we're getting these when they drop this, I would love them to say, oh, in approximately January you're gonna get season 2 of PvP, and then maybe in February we're gonna get the new Primordial Drake or something like that. Not specific, but just months or something like that. It gives you guys a whole month to just like kind of prep for it. And I'm not saying it has to be the start of it or the end of it, just like any a month maybe. Just communicate more with people of reasons, or like move stuff. Don't worry about moving things. If you say January and it's going to be in February, just communicate with the community. That's super important, saying, guys, we got to move it to there. It's not finished. We just got to move it to February. It's not finished yet. So I know you guys were excited for season 2, but just move it to there. I think advice for Gamigo, if you guys are even like watching it this far, for sure communicate with your community way more than you are. Let us be a part of your thinking process in like thinking like we're gonna release that in that month, and if it doesn't do that, just be honest and say you tried to make it work, but you couldn't. You need more work to make it finish and polish it off. Not just say soon TM, because that's not really something we can use for anything. Just more about your thinking process, and if something goes wrong, just let us know. It might make some people kind of mad, but for me personally, it wouldn't make me mad. I'll just say, okay, we'll wait next month. As long as you guys are having it finished, polished off, whatever, but just communicate. That's so important, and I think it's important in every single aspect of gaming, life, whatever it is. But again, I've almost talked for 50 minutes now, guys, so I've been ranting enough. I hope you guys made it to the end. If you did, thank you guys for watching so far into the video. I super appreciate it, and thank you guys so much for watching this. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, so it of course gets spread to more people, and we can like tell people that there actually is some PTS news now, and we're actually moving forward with U10, and they should come back, because we are almost ready to take the rocket ship to U10. So thank you guys again so much for watching this video. I appreciate it very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.